What's up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Scott, here to tell you about how to write an intro for your story. And I've just lost a little power to the mic, but hey, we're here. It's a great sunny day. Class is looking at me weird. Don't forget, if you like the video, do your homework, subscribe by getting an A, and keep it going, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do the whole thing like that. But so yesterday we talked about how to write an F sentence. Remember, the acronym for our introduction is FIST, F-I-S-T, and that is how we do a good argumentative essay introduction. Who, class, can remind me what the F stands for? Shout it out. 3, 2, 1. Feeling-filled story. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you always want to start off your essay with something that'll grab your audience's attention. Like Hunter said, we use a feeling-filled story, which you all know how to write because a couple weeks ago we wrote narrative essays, okay? But we have to move on to actually talk about what we're talking about. And that is why we move on to the I, which is introduce your topic without taking a side on it. The key is to relate your story to the topic somehow. Okay? So you've just told a story about someone who's affected by this topic. Now what you need to do to gain your audience's trust is to introduce the topic without taking a side on it. Okay? You're going to take a side on it eventually, but you have to transition into doing that by giving them some background. Okay? So you do something like this. Say your essay was about parents monitoring their kids' behavior online. Okay? You don't want to immediately go from your story about some kid who met a predator and that predator almost got him, right, online. You don't want to go from that into saying parents should monitor what their kids are doing online. You need to have a transition between your story. So the best kind of transition is something like this. Ever since the invention of the internet, people have wondered how to keep their kids safe. Notice, am I saying anything controversial there? No. I'm bringing it up without taking a side on it. This eases your audience into your topic and prepares them for you to take a side on it. Right? We talk about schools, right? I tell this story about school shootings or bullying or something like that. Okay? Then before I say teachers need to arm themselves, or we need to have metal detectors, or we need to have education, I need to bring it up without taking a side. So I say something like, everybody thinks they have a solution for keeping the school safe. Right? Again, not taking sides. It can also work if you bring up a statistic or a known fact or something like that. Like if my essay was going to be about better eating or more gym class or something like that, I might say something like, rising obesity rates are causing people to wonder how we can stop the epidemic of childhood obesity. I'm not offering any solution yet. I'm not taking a side. I'm simply introducing my topic, okay? For the one we just did in the homework, Cache Valley and Ridgeline. Ridgeline and Mountain Crest. Okay, if you were going to transfer from your story about stepping in cow turds as you walk to school, and that's Mountain Crest, right, you would need to introduce it without taking a side. If you're wondering which Cache Valley school is the best, I have your answer. Notice, I said I have your answer. Have I taken a side yet? No. And that's kind of the key to the I. Any questions about the I? Class? That one's pretty easy. How many sentences should it be? 1. That's it. You only need 1 sentence. You only need to introduce it with 1 sentence. Maybe 2 if you're going to bring up like a statistic or something. Like this one right here where it talks about rising obesity rates. You might say, obesity rates are on the rise, period. Some people are wondering what we can do to stop that. Okay? But other than that, that's pretty much all you have to do for your I. Okay? Next, we move on to the S, the should statement. This one is half a sentence, okay? Your thesis in this essay, and this will also help you pick your topic, okay? But your thesis in this essay should be a should statement. blank should blank because. Okay? If it's about building a recreation center, okay? Cache County should build a recreation center for youth because. Students should choose Ridgeline over Mountain Crest. Students should take a class on bullying prevention. The school should have more counselors. Okay, notice all of these topics I'm using are topics that you could write your essay about. Why? Because they affect students at Ridgeline directly. Okay, we'll get into finding sources a little bit later, because I'm sure you're thinking, like, I can't type should Ridgeline have another counselor into Google and find something, right? That's where your warrants come in, and we'll get to that in a little bit, okay? I had one student write about heating the parking lot so there were less accidents. So he said, we should heat the parking lot at Ridgeline because, okay? Parents should limit their children's time on social media because. I had one student write about eating pets. We should eat our pets because. Yeah, I know. If it makes you feel better, he didn't get a very good grade. But not because of this. Not because of this topic. Notice, from our time when we talked about sentences, sentences must be, 1, they have a subject, 2, that subject has to be doing something, and 3, it has to be a complete thought. Blank should blank because, does that meet the requirements of a complete sentence? Does it? No, it's not a complete thought. We're left wondering because why? Because why? Okay, so your should statement is half the sentence. The other half is a T. Okay, the other half is the T, your 3 points. Okay? So the next thing you need to do for your fifth paragraph is, after you tell a story, introduce the topic in a sentence, say your should statement, now you need to lay out your essay by saying your 3 points, okay? This is the second half of the thesis statements. And you want to order your 3 points, your 3 arguments, in the order that they appear, okay? Now they must be in parallelism. You guys know what parallelism is? Good, because we're going to talk about it in like 5 minutes. Okay? Parallelism is basically making your points in the same format. It's a rhetorical technique that actually makes people like your writing better. And I'll show you how to do that with the presentation in a second, okay? So, we're going to go back to our we should eat our pets because topic, right? We should eat our pets because animals provide nutritional value, cost a lot of money, and are tasty. Okay? Where does that tell you the essay is going? 1, he's going to have a paragraph about animals providing nutritional value. 2, about them costing a lot of money. And 3, about animals being tasty. Pets being tasty. Okay? Or parents should limit their students' time on social media because social media creates bad social habits. It gamifies social interaction, and it lowers self-esteem. Notice, those are his or her 3 paragraphs. They're going to talk about bad habits. They're going to talk about gamifying social interaction. And they're going to be talking about lowering self-esteem. Okay, so you need to do this. You've always written topic or essay sentences like this, am I correct? Yeah, this isn't anything new. Okay, with your thesis and 3 points. Okay? But in this class, should statement, it's got to be a should statement. It's not going to be a blank is better than blank or blank is the best. No, it's got to be a should statement. You've got to have a call to action. And then these 3 points. Any questions? Any questions from you? Hit me up on the school email if you got any questions for old Mr. Scott. And please, tune in next time for our video on parallelism.